Welcome to the Stockinit Zombies. I'm Amy, also known as J-Nitma.
And I'm Megan, also known as Just Run It. And this is episode 198. The last one in 2015? Or do we think we're going to eke one in?
I don't know. Depends on where you are.
Mentally or physically?
Both.
Okay.
I think the reason we didn't record last week was because of mental and physical ability.
Yes. Yes. So yeah, that's a good segue. We didn't record last week. I was still not sleeping well, and actually ended up coming down with something that now I think Quentin has had. So a little bit of stomachitis.
Ooh.
Yeah. But life has continued to go on. The podcast just didn't. We just delayed that a little bit. And decided, well, it was going to be a short time in between anyway, so we'll just combine and opportunistically put them together. What's been going on with you?
I don't know. Just anxiety, stress, I don't know. Just been tired and...
I really do think that everybody kind of comes down with a mild case of the sad this time of year, with it being dark so often. And yeah,
I think you're right. The weather could have had a lot to do with it. I mean, it's been unseasonably warm, but there were quite a few overcast days last week.
Yes.
One really bright one, though, that I had to get out in that one. That one was like, get out and enjoy the sun.
Yay.
Kind of.
Are we going to see it today? Yeah, I finished my peanut butter jelly pants, and I wanted to do the peanut butter jelly video that my good friend Amy requested. And it's just been so dark. And then, like, I get home from work, and if it's not insanely early, then it's like, well, I guess we'll do that some other time. Then I think Ellie's her matching pants were, anyway, it was a deal. What else has been going on? I had to take Surreal here, had to take Quentin to kindergarten readiness screening. Ooh. Yep, and it was super hysterical. I was telling him about how, they would ask him questions and they would play some games, they'd probably do some counting and whatever, and he was like, Mom, we need to make sure that we show them my super awesome dance moves. And I was like, what do you think they do at school, Quentin? He's like, but I just have really great dance moves, Mom. And I was like, okay. I still didn't quite get it.
He thinks it's fame.
Yes.
Yeah. Fame.
Yeah. Yep. He's actually trying out for Juilliard. Yeah. He does have very good dance moves, and we did have a little bit of a lull where I pulled out some YouTube music and he danced for the lady, because I was telling her about how he wanted to show her his super awesome dance moves.
Cool.
Yeah.
I bet that livened up her day.
It did. It did. But yeah, he's ready. Okay. Yeah. Whew. Yeah, deep breaths.
Exactly.
The child that was still not sleeping through the night when we started recording this fine podcast is going to be going to kindergarten.
Yes.
I know, right? I was trying to think of what else happened. We did go to The Force Awakens. Like, I was sick the day before, but then on Friday we went. Instagram kind of blew up with that. Like, everybody was posting pictures of going to Star Wars, I felt like. So you're probably tired of hearing about it, but it's a fantastic movie. Like, this might be sacrilege, but like the most recent ones didn't really ring my bell. And so, but there are some purists that love them all, right? And this is more of the, the original three, but the ones that are now, numbered 4, 5, and 6? Yeah, it was more like that.
Okay.
Very good. Very dramatic. Very, like, on the edge of your seat, what's going to happen. Yeah. I did not go see it in 3D, because sometimes I have trouble with, like, action sequences in 3D.
Somebody said that our IMAX was in 3D. I'm like, no. Yeah. I would be leaving that theater in some sort of odd vertigo, and it'd probably take me 3 days to get out of it.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way.
Yeah. I've seen something in those big football-sized theaters that wasn't in 3D that kind of made me go, because it's hard. You can't take it all in, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like in one view. And so the stuff that's happening out on the edges is what I think makes my tummy turn. But I do really well with like actual movement. Like put me on a roller coaster and I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. What else? I don't know. It's beginning to look like Christmas. It got really cold.
For 2 days?
Yeah, or it just felt really cold because our blood. I was sharing with Amy that we had kind of decided this was the year to start having the kids buy gifts for us and for each other, to try to bring like the joy of giving, not just getting during the season. And we went to Target today and had a pretty good time. The funniest thing was they had a Despicable Me fart gun.
Oh, yep.
And when the two boys were with Dad, because we kind of did a swap of so that they could, each of the kids could get something for us if they wanted to, or they weren't with each other. Anyway, they had tried to sell Dad on getting it for, I need to get this for my brother, and Dad had said no. And then when they were with me, they said, Dad needs this Despicable Me fart gun. And I'm like, no, he doesn't. But isn't that just typical little boys? Like, there's a gun that makes a farting noise, and we must have it.
I have seen said gun. I would probably be on the floor laughing every time they pushed it at me, because I don't know why.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
It's pretty silly.
It is pretty silly.
But yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Like, Lucy's been wrapping things that for people from our house. So she's giving people a lot of stuff this year, but it's either things that she's made from her crafting supplies, or just things that she knows that somebody will appreciate.
Yeah.
That she's not using.
And I don't think that the boys really get it, but Ellie is so excited. Like, we got some ornaments for her teachers that we wrapped up, and she's so excited about it, right? Like, and my teacher loves monkeys, and we got him a monkey ornament, like, it was just, it's fun. It's fun to see the joy of giving in her, through her lens, I guess. So, yeah, and I hope that everybody out there has fun family traditions. And my favorite holiday question this time of year is if there's any gift that you're giving that you're really excited about. Not necessarily the favorite one you received, but the favorite one that you gave. Because I've got some that I'm really excited about and can't talk about right now because they haven't been given yet. But yeah. I really love trying to find the perfect gift. And it's not like every Christmas is like a whiz bang, knock it out of the park, right? But
we're kind of on the low end.
Yeah.
We found some things that we thought would work for the people that we wanted to give gifts to, but nobody was like a home run, yeah, love it. It was just kind of like And my husband and I were going to get each other a stone top dining room table because the cat has completely destroyed the other one, and we thought, how are we going to solve this problem? Stone top. Or Formica or whatever, but stone came to mind. And so we're going to shop for them. And then we realized that we needed appliances. So, huzzah, we get to give each other appliances for this.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
So it's like, But we will be excited for our new appliances when they get here, because we're old. and
that's exciting.
And we think new appliances are exciting. Yeah, just not something we were expecting to do. But, yeah, it's all right. It's all good. The table will come. Maybe this summer when we have more time to shop for it. But, yeah, right now we have a pathetic, awful, horrible, no good, don't like it table. But I really wanted a new one. But, oh well. Appliances are cool, too.
Yeah. They have a function and
yes.
utility. That is their main.
I will be using them a lot. And the dishwasher, we're getting a new dishwasher, will be a lot quieter. It's like half the noise levels as the one we own now, and I'm like, yay!
Yeah, we got a new one last year. Can't imagine what my life was like without it. I think I did a lot of dishes.
You did.
I still do quite a bit because I'm always the one putting away and putting them in there and whatever, but it's different. Hopefully faster.
Doesn't sound like it feels faster.
It is.
Okay.
It just, yeah. You know how it is.
I do. All right, we got things to do.
We do. Where did my notebook go? Here it is. Okay. I wanted to mention, if in case you're not an Instagram follower, I did get the code out there for the Wonder Wander, and it's published now on Ravelry, the Wonder Wander mittens. The coupon code is Holiday Wonder, one word, no S in that holiday, and no spaces. So just all one word, Holiday Wonder. I get a piece of...
I actually saw your Instagram post, grabbed myself a mitten or hat, I forget which one I grabbed, and then you actually gifted them to me. I was like, oh, yeah. Thank you.
Well, I have to, as a designer, and I don't know if this is a Ravelry thing because you can manage a store that doesn't necessarily have your patterns in it, I guess. But like I have to gift them to myself, or I can't like download them if I needed to look at them. And then there's the hat. So yeah, you can pick one, either the hat or the mittens, and that's good through Christmas. So thank you to everyone that has gone out there and grabbed it, and anybody who's going to. I really love this color combo, although the camera does not. The camera's like, I don't know what you're doing here. But this colorway. And this is these ones are out of the Sun Valley Fibers BFL DK.
Oh, I love it. I have some of that.
Yes.
It's going to be a sweater, though,
and
eventually.
Oh, yes. Yeah. And then this one's Leading on Fiber Arts in the Royalty Purple, I believe. And I haven't worn them yet, but they need to start getting worn. Because they've been awaiting their photo op, and now they have been photo opportunity. So, anyway... thank you to, again, the knitting community. That was my kind of, I can't do 12 days of gifts like 10 kids. There was 2 weeks where you could go download either the hat or mittens. So, and then we also have the Mode Knit Sock Kit giveaway, which is super generous. 3 months of wonderfulness come in your direction, and you'll jump in and get the December one when we draw. We also have the One Hook Double Stitch. Beautiful rainbow yarn that's out there, and then we need to get the Imperial Ranch because they're having that KAL through the end of January, I believe. So you've got the hat kit that you will knit a hat Patronus out of. Kabam!
Yes, I balled up the white and I did put the needles with it. And I was planning on bringing it to cast on during the podcast, but then I failed to put it in my bag. So I will get that started and be able to either work on it or show it off the next time we record. And then I'm going to call Uncle this year on the 12 months of self-striping. We will have a giveaway, but I'm going to open a separate thread where you can assert that I have done the 12 months or have 12 entries to the self-striping KAL, the year-long self-striping KAL. Just because when you look at like the chattiest, I'm not going to be able to catch everyone because there's so many, which is fantastic. Very
a good problem to have, but hopefully we can catch everybody and say like, please get your entries out there. And I'll go out and check and make sure that you've got your 12 entries. It would be awesome to have all of your 12 entries in one post. I know that that's a lot of work, but it would be fun to be able to look at all of the pictures of everybody's. I knit 12 pairs of socks this past year in self-striping. So I'm trying to cook up some more tomfoolery there with the 12-month All-Stars. And we'll have a drawing for the Two Sisters Yarn Co. we haven't revealed what the colorway is yet. So.
Right. That reminds me of Quentin's little video that you had him doing.
Yes, he is. He's quite the character.
Mm-hmm.
He's
got dance skills. He's got an evil laugh.
Yes, I think we're just, we are just putting together his resume so that someday he can be a dramatic actor.
Or a triple threat.
Yes, he could get the EGOT.
Yes, exactly what I was thinking.
Because that's more than triple threat, isn't it?
Yeah.
Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony.
Mm-hmm.
That's 4, dude. 4.
But if you're a singer, dancer, or actor.
Oh, that's true.
Hey, bud.
How you doing, Maxie? It's funny when we were sitting here earlier, he would come and cuddle up with me, and Ellie's like, her hands are busy. I'll pet you. Come here. Come here. And he just was like,
don't care.
My person. Yes, I'm your person. Yes. Yes,
Cookie actually sat on Lucy today, and we were like very impressed.
Yeah. Well, I mentioned to her, I'm like, he still remembers all those times you tortured him. And she was like, I was like 3. And I was like, yes, you were. And you tortured him. You remember that little girl doing that stuff, don't you?
Max. He's just not chatty.
Mm-mm.
So I got 2 things done.
Woohoo!
While we were away. So I will talk about them.
While you were sleeping.
I got the sponge sugar for Lucy done.
Woot.
With pockets all sewn up. I gave her a little thumb thingy. And earlier today, she already knew about the thumb thingy, but she was trying on her sweater again. She's like, Mom, stuck her thumb. She thought it was a flaw. And then she remembered that I put that in there on purpose.
I did the exact same thing. That's funny that she did that with my red one, my Rhinebeck one.
Mm-hmm.
I went to put it on because we were going to a Christmas thing. I was like, oh, this red is very Christmassy and whatever. And I went and I was like, oh, wait, I put a thumb hole in.
I did that on purpose.
Yeah.
So as soon as I can get a lovely FO shot, this will go into that knit along. As a completed. I might actually take a picture tonight and throw it in there without it modeled, just because they're giving prizes for the first complete, and I haven't been out there to see if there's been a complete mother-daughter yet. Right? Like, I got the first completed adult sweater, and so that means that everybody else started with the kid's sweater and ended with the adult sweater. So if they're kind of losing steam on that adult sweater, I might be able to sneak in there. Not that I need anything, but she does make.
Did you put the? Did you knit the liner and then you?
What you do is you cast off and cast on. So you put the live stitches.
Got it.
Onto something, and then you put these on, add these on.
Got it.
And then you go down, and then you come back later and add your pocket.
Got it.
But, yeah, they're a little shallow, but I kind of did that with the ones that I had for me as well. So I mean, on her hands, it won't be quite that bad. But they just need to be able to hold a few things. You don't need a lot of room in sweater pockets these days. That's one.
Beautiful.
And then the other one, I didn't weave or cut the ends on this yet, but it's my Banner Day in Handspun that is
so
off the blocker. So there's that.
Oh, I love it.
And I didn't quite do the maths right, so I ripped back this once and knit more, and then went back and went, no, I'm okay with this much not making it into the shawl.
That's a nice size.
Yeah, I was just a little worried. I don't know that I'd get into some red. I don't know, but there was definitely enough that I could have done at least one more adding of 3
as
in
per
there
pattern.
Per pattern, yes.
So pretty. I really love the marl that you got.
Yeah. So that is Banner J Handspun Loop Bat or loop bump, bullseye bump. That was 2-plied to get this crazy marl.
You got some blocking mojo there. That's a really great triangle.
Yes, I used my straight blocking wires and wove it through the edge, and made sure that everything was pinned. So, and then the top I just used a lot of pins, copious amounts.
Yep, that's kind of supposed to be flat.
Yeah,
it should naturally be flat. Yes,
it is right up until this end, but I don't know if that's because I did something wrong.
I like it.
But yeah.
Is that going into the gift basket, or?
I don't know. It does seem a little on the small side for what I would wear. So it's like a scarf, maybe? Or a kerchief? I don't know. It's nice. I guess I can show you. It's like...
She will mottle it.
It's like, I got these little edges here. And that's probably where I'd be with it. Maybe even tuck the kerchief part of it down. But the actual triangle part and trying to wear it like shawl-wise, just, I didn't make it big enough. I think if I had made it a little bit bigger, it would have been better for that. But I don't wear too many askew shawls in the full shawl form anyway. I like to make them into scarves. So, yep. That and somebody, my daughter, said it was very pretty.
Oh.
And she likes the colors.
I had a similar problem with mine.
And she has a birthday coming up, so maybe I'll just try to make it more special than just, here you go. Because I know that, daughters of knitters get, knits all the time and they stop becoming special. So maybe do something like that to make it feel more special. But those are my two.
Okay. I have been sewing up a storm, and have kind of come to the conclusion that while I enjoy the finished, if I were a process knitter, I am definitely a product sewer. Like, the process of sewing isn't as enjoyable to me as because I can knit and do other things like watch TV or talk to the kids or play a game. And when I'm sewing, like, I have to be in front of that machine. And yeah, so I've sewn 6 pairs of adult pants with pockets. I sewed my first kids pants with pockets, and then and 3 pair of kids pants. So lots and lots of gift sewing has gone on. I finished this, which is the Crosby by Julie Hoover, and I really like her patterns. It's supposed to have positive ease, which it does, and it's knit out of the Yarn vs. Zombies Chubby in the Tasman colorway, which I believe is a C. I got done with the body fairly quickly, and then I used Elizabeth Doherty's short row set-in sleeves, or top-down set-in sleeves reimagined book, and kind of looked at the math and looked at my gauge and picked up around the armhole and worked it down. That said, this has a lot of positive ease because I was running out of yarn, and I think I literally had like maybe 4 or 5 yards left at the end. I worked these at the same time, and I made them intentionally tight, like, because I wanted to make sure that I got down to the end, and I knew that I could kind of stretch the bejesus out of them. So they were really skinny. If you look at my Instagram photo of them, like, they just look like little but I figured it could end up being kind of like boxy, right, where you need that to kind of moor it to your body. And so yeah, I stretched them out a great deal, worked them at the same time, and got them to where they were. It's got a split hem. Here, I'll stand up and maybe get in the photo. So the front is shorter than the back, and I really like this length. It's stretched out quite a bit. This yarn really likes the cables. And when I was on the sleeves, I was going to mention I knit them inside out. Mm-hmm. So I did this back and forth. And then instead of turning around when I was on the right side, I turned around when I was on the wrong side, and I just knit them because it's reverse stockinette on the arms. This yarn is Border Leicester, and I've never had this happen before, and it did not stink while I was knitting it. It does not stink now, but my Lord, when this thing was wet, like worse than alpaca, like just really, really stinky. And so when I went down to get it out of the washing machine, because I've got this special washing machine, I still bless it and take pictures and stuff before I before I throw it in there. But so we've kind of been looking at appliances, and I'm like, oh my goodness, what would I do if I didn't have my magic washing machine that I could trust? We might have to have 2 washing machines, one just for the knits. But I thought like maybe the sewer had backed up.
Oh.
Like my daughter was like, oh my God. And so then I'm like laying it out in my bedroom, and everybody came home and was like, oh my gosh, what is that smell? Like it was just, it was a very pungent yarn when wet.
Okay.
So be warned. I would not swear off it. It's very nice. I mean, it loves these cables. It's super soft. It washed up like a dream, blocked up like a dream. Like I stretched this within an inch of its life so that I could have fairly loose sleeves. And yeah, it's a good yarn. Just beware of the stink. I don't know if that's a dye thing or like what she used to set it, or if it's the wool itself. I've never had something that wasn't like llama smells like perm to me, or alpaca, llama or alpaca. I think it's alpaca. It almost smells like permanent, that permanent solution. This was different. This kind of had like a nitrogen-y stink.
Okay.
But that's it. I'm not saying not to use the yarn. It's fantastic yarn. Love it. Went to the fabric store where I'm not to be trusted because all the flannel is on sale right now. All of it. I don't even know how you pay regular price for flannel because it's all so inexpensive right now. Anyway, looked for buttons, completely got distracted by the fabric, did not buy the buttons, came home in my button bag, bam, that matched the colorway perfectly. Like, how does that happen? How does that happen? I'm sure if I'd gone to Ginny's, she would have found some buttons that matched it perfectly as well, but these were like from a combo pack from Walmart or something. I don't know. Cool. Yeah. I was like, bam, perfect. Yes. There was it last weekend where I wanted to knit some color work, so I grabbed this is Mustache Yarns and the Hallelujah green, held double. The white is Fishnets, the blue is the Fat Squirrel, and then the top, which I almost ripped out, but couldn't just quite because it's just such a perfect sky color, that bluey green, but I ran out and had to have a make it work moment up at the top. What is the yarn now? I'm trying to remember. It was right on the top of my head, and then it left. I think I have it on my project page. But it's such a perfect blue. Just absolutely love it. And I have a sad kind of sparse pom-pom here at the top, but kind of started to run out of some of the
colors.
One of the colors, yeah. So I was like, well, it'll do, pig. That'll do, sheep. That'll do. So yeah, when you've got it on, you don't really see that gray part up at the top. But pom-pom kind of covers it. And my daughter mentioned that it kind of looks like a moon or something. Moon in the sky. Yes. Or some clouds up in the sky. So another bobble. Got complete. Babble. Got complete. I really like the green and the blue. And I'm just going to keep making them with my scrappies. Super smushy.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of them that are like Christmas colors or just completely not like grass and sky. Like they're just completely different. And it's just comes out neat no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, seeing them all on Instagram's been really fun.
And this one I did as per written, so I didn't go down the needle size, and it is more of a, I think, your size head hat than mine.
Oh, sweet.
You'd probably lose it at a Target and hang it.
I know.
It looks cute on you. Zing! Dink!
Yes.
Yes, so it fits Amy's head as well as my pinhead. And then I finished the last Hito Bude.
Yay! 12 Hito Bude.
12 Hito Budes! Year of Hito Bude. The Tayo is like it grew a ton, which I was kind of expecting. I did not pop it into the dryer, as my aunt probably will.
Mm-hmm.
But I just love it. I love the look of it. I love the how fun it is. As I mentioned before, I would probably call this like a watermelon colorway. And I'm excited to. It's big and kind of long. I guess if I put it. Oh goodness, I'm getting more with my
layers.
My big old Crosby on top of, and I just put a hat on. But this will be a layering piece for her, kind of like a wearable shawl. The sleeves are long on me because you would get less if it were, some of the arm were being actually used, or some of the body were being actually used for your body. But I just really like it. I'm excited to give it to her, and now that I don't have it to kind of like more me, I guess maybe it's like Stockholm syndrome or something, right? Like I needed it to like, now I'm kind of, when I had to do it, I was like, oh man, I've got another one to do. And now I'm like, what am I going to work on?
You're at a loss.
I am. I've been like institutionalized by the Hito Fudes. But yes, super excited I get to give this to her. Last year I did a lot of knit presents, and this year I've done a lot more sewn presents, and so this is one of the few knitted presents that I'm given. So exciting.
Yes.
And mentioned it out on the Instagrams, but I mention it here again. It's as a monogamous knitter, it's not often that I get to be like bam bam, because I finished these sleeves and then I finished that and I was like, yeah.
I had 2 projects.
As I finished the bobble, I was like, I'm on a spree. Finishing spree, and you don't get that when you only work on one project at a time. Just saying.
You don't.
It was kind of a high that I've never experienced before.
And they were 2 large things.
They were sweaters, man. Sweaters. I was like, oh, that's what knitting samurai meant. That one time she posted, you'll never know what it feels like to finish 2 things. So yeah, that was.
She said 5 things, I think, but
Okay, well, I did finish the hat and 2 sweaters.
There you go. Bye-bye.
So 3 of 5.
And if you had like an ornament or a dishcloth in there, bam.
Yeah, I can't say that I did. I did have some design work, so that's not an FO. I didn't finish it, but I had other things going on.
You did.
I did. What you working on over there so intently, Miss Amy?
I'm going to switch gears here and talk about the socks that I've been working on. These are Glynis by Cookie A in a Spartacus dyes colorway of something blueberries for Michelle, I think. And I got past the heel, and Megan was nice enough to try them on because she has the same foot size as our friend Jamie. And
I do foot modeling.
Yeah,
on the side.
Totally. So I'm trying to get these to the end, or at least to the enough for her to try them on herself when I see her in a week and a half, or done. But I'm not going to push myself. And why I'm not going to push myself is because I have cast on mink. So I have the mink yarn, and I cast on the blue glacier cowl. So this is a lace held double pattern.
Smushy.
Yeah. It calls for a little bit more yardage than I have, so we'll see how far I get. But I figured I'd weigh it in a couple of different places and make it work, because there is garter, lots of garter, and I can just take out a few rows of garter if I must. So I think that it's going to be lovely. And it's a free pattern. Blue Glacier Cowl by Joe Strong.
Very smushy.
Yeah. So then this is what it's looking like. This is the Storm colorway from Green Gargoyle with the mink yarn. It's very fuzzy, and it's gonna be a lovely, like, against the skin. It's gonna be so awesome.
It's making me want to get my botany out.
Yes. So I'm enjoying the design. It's just
enough to keep it interesting.
Diamonds there, and then garter for a while, and do the diamonds again, garter for a while, you're done. So yeah, and it didn't take me very long to get this far, so I am enjoying that. And everything else has kind of been in timeout mode, or not timeout mode, but you know, a row here, a row there, ignoring it.
Here row, there row, everywhere row.
Yes. So hopefully I can get through a couple of my shawls while we're away celebrating Christmas and having time off from work. So there's more knitting time in the day usually, but not always.
And you have one of those husbands that drives you places.
Yes. I don't know if I'm going to get away with it this whole break, but we'll see.
My husband insists on not only, see, now this is what I feel is worse. Like, when I'm a passenger, I'm an active passenger. Like, I talk to him while he's driving, right? He sleeps. I feel like that's worse. Like, that's the worst. Because even when I'm not sleepy, if there's somebody sleeping in the car, it's like, you know, like, I don't know, just somebody else being, it's like in the air. It's like yawning. It makes you tired. Anyway, that's my beef.
I know that at the end of our last journey somewhere, I fell asleep on the last half hour of the journey. Like, I really couldn't keep it. Like, I'm like holding knitting, and it's going to my lap. And then I'm like, not wake up, but I kind of sit up again and go, okay, I should work a few more, you know, and I get like a few stitches, and I'm like, no, it's not worth it.
You're not worth it. Yeah, I have some design knitting that will be going with me, that I have a lot of knitting to do on. But then I cast this on as kind of a last minute. This is a banner day, and it's in the Watchman colorway by Leading Men Fiber Arts. I bought it to go as a coordinating with the blue that went into one of my vacillates, the Tranquil, and it's got that same kind of Tranquil blue in it, and so it was blending. And it's a showstopper base, so it's got 463 yards, so I should be able to make it as per the pattern and then a little longer. And then, I don't know, it's just my modus operandi. I make something for me, I make something for my daughter, and I make something for my mom. So I guess if she's watching, she'll have her Christmas present spoiled. But these are very my mom colors. And had like a deja vu conversation with my husband yesterday. I was like, look at these colors. Aren't they just stunning? And he's like, we had this conversation. You already said that to me. I was like, I still find them extremely stunning colorway. It's just the garter in it is just, oh, I just love it. I love how it pops. And then he's like, I'm like, well, the colorway is Watchman. And he's like, oh, so is that supposed to look like Dr. Manhattan? And I'm like, maybe.
And this big blue penis.
I don't know what that's all about, but are you watching superhero porn, Amy?
No.
Oh, okay.
Just go watch Watchmen.
Oh, okay. Noted. We'll have to change the rating on this episode. And that is all that I have that's fit to be shown. This is kind of some enabling. I got a soft cider Girl Cave bag, so it folds up nice and small. It's got the longer, and then it's got cats wearing bows and looking at birds, which is super fun. A super fun pattern. And then I got one of her Yuletide bags that's got the kind of the antler whip, but it looks like tree antlers. And so this is a needle adjacent project. That's why I'm bringing it up. And this is my tumbleweed yarns in the, yes, it sings Christmas to me. It's a self-striping sugar skull, her Aurora base that I got from the Loopy U. So yeah, those light blues and dark blues and my green. We should just call it my green. And hot pink. So these are going to be skews once I get done with some stuff. This is like my carrot at the end of my stick.
Okay.
It's like, Megan, you can knit me when you finish your other stuff.
Oh, how many other things are you going to?
At least the design.
Okay.
Possibly the Melissa pattern that is still hanging out there. But at least the design that I'm currently have like a little tick, 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 tick going on. So some other enabling that I wanted to show off. I got my matching Chaz cat loaf. So Amy got the Max loaf for me with the Max on the back. And I got the Chaz loaf, and that's through Susan Altenau. Pottery. She was wonderful to work with. I may or may not have had another piece to this order, but it's a Christmas present.
She was very responsive to her Etsy messages. Very easy to work with.
And she does such beautiful work. I found her out on Instagram. I didn't the first time, and when I was posting the photo of this with my matching set, I found her and I was like, oh, she has a lot of cute stuff. And then I wanted to mention, I didn't know that, I think they've gotten some, a new set, stash in. So, Corey was out on Instagram, and I don't know if this is the exact one she had, or if I found a different one. Okay. It's an ornament box, but I am going to repurpose it to be a sock box. My socks are taking over my underwear drawer. I have no room for anything except my socks in that drawer, and so now I'm just gonna store them little. You gotta cut these apart and put them in there. Put little dividers in if you're interested in dividers. Some of the holes will be really small if you do it. And then I'm gonna put it under my bed, and then I'll be able to like gaze lovingly upon my socks because it's got the clear front. And it's $7. I mean, or $7.99. Couldn't find one in my North Target or my South Target, and went out online and ordered it for in-store pickup, and they obviously had them.
Oh, okay.
Because like it was ready the next day, but I could not find them. They weren't in the holiday area, and they weren't in the storage area. So I don't know where they're hiding them. But if you choose to do in-store pickup, and then you can pay with PayPal, which I found out.
Well,
that's kind of nice if you've got PayPal money burning a hole in your pocket.
Yeah, I'd almost like to okay, I'm going to take this home, try it out, and then give it back.
I happen to have overbought and got 2 of them because I was super excited. So if you want to take it home and try it out, you sure can.
I might have to. Well, thank you. Because I just filled my sock drawer. I have a drawer that's dedicated to socks, and I had to push them down, defluff them to shut the drawer. And I'm like,
it's a problem to have, right?
It is. It really is.
Knitter's problems. But yeah, my drawer isn't very big anyway, and it shares with my underwear, and it's so you're never going to see a photo of my sock drawer. No. But B, it's taken over, so I have no room for my undies anymore. It's just all socks all the time. And it's nice to be able to find underwear sometimes too. So, not getting any new dressers anytime soon. So, yeah, or convincing my husband to evacuate one of his drawers. So, she'll be lovingly displayed in a clear box where you can see, for all to see.
Okay.
And I think, yeah.
So I was enabled by Rocks and String, had a Christmas coupon, and I think today's the last day for it, so I can't even enable you with it.
Because it'll be published tomorrow.
Yeah.
Wah, wah, wah.
But she also gave me a thanks coupon code, which is nice. And I got a hot tamale. This reminds me of another spin that I did from another dyer, but with more orange in it. So I was thinking, oh, this will be fun because it'll coordinate with the other thing that I have. And I knit a hat out of it already, so it's like, oh, maybe I can make mittens that'll go with it or something. I don't know. But it snuck in there because I wanted to try out her fiber as well as her yarn. So this one is a self-striping. I'll be home for Christmas. And it looked like it was gender neutral to me. I mean, it's got a purple in there, but it's very dark. And there's a gray and a blue and a maroony red. I don't know. She is out of
Carlisle.
Carlisle, yeah. Carlisle, Kentucky.
I like the twist on that.
Yeah, this is the Jitterbug base. So she has 2 different bases, and this one is Jitterbug. And the other one, you get more yardage, but they both had nylon in them. So I was kind of like torn which one to order. But this one looked smooshier in the pictures, so that's what I went with. And I'm excited. So self-striping. And I believe that the self-striping without the discount was $25.
Okay.
So,
reasonable.
Yeah, not too bad. And then I had the coupon, which I think was 25% off. I mean, hello, I almost filled up my entire cart with self-striping. But I resisted. I got one and tried out her fiber as well.
Fun. So, was that a specific to Christmas coupon, or was that
yes?
Okay.
Well, it was, I think, the days leading up to Christmas. So, it was a holiday coupon code.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was like a small business Saturday.
Oh, it might have been.
Okay, so from Thanksgiving into
it could have been
Christmas
to now.
Fun. Love it.
You know what? I might. Yes, it says give thanks, so it's probably from Thanksgiving till now. But yeah, very generous.
Very generous.
So I have that all the way from Kentucky. And yeah, I don't know when I'll get around to knitting or spinning with it, but I really appreciated, she had some chocolate in here too, with my little coupon and tea. So little goodies in there too.
I got a shipping notification today that my Mason-Dixon coloring book.
Okay.
Knitting that you can color in it shipped. So I bought myself a gift. I know it is the season of giving, but I thought while I was shopping at Amazon, I'd throw that in the shopping cart, sneak it in, kind of how you did when you were younger.
Yeah.
Like, here's some candy, I'll put it under the vegetables, and maybe Mom will check out and not notice. That's what I did with my coloring book. I'm excited to see it. I haven't seen a lot. I've seen a few people posting online of, but none of the pictures.
Yeah, just the cover.
Yeah, and Amazon only have the cover as well. But I've been enjoying coloring, so I've been using like pens, and I think I might enjoy it more if I used coloring pencils. I mean, pens kind of have like a paintingness to them, but you also like it's very dense, right? Like you can't get like broader strokes, I guess. Because they're very fine-tipped pens to be able to do the smaller areas. But I always laugh because when you say adult coloring book, it sounds like it's got naughty stuff in it.
It does.
Like, what makes an adult? Well, it's just more like it's not little kid pictures, right? It's not cartoons and
yeah, and the lines are so close together on some of the things that you're coloring that you only have the width of your utensil to get through, and that can be a little challenging. So.
Yep. So yeah, well, can't believe Christmas is here already. I know that we keep on lamenting about how time is flying. And I feel like when people did that when I was younger, I was like, that's an old person thing to say. And here I am.
Well, it is. Like, I don't know why I thought about midlife crisis, but I did. So, like, I don't remember the context of why that thought popped into my head, but I thought, wow, if I live to 90, my midlife is 45, and I am a whole lot closer to that than I would have thought. Time has just been speeding, and I've heard, like, people on the other side of midlife say that it gets faster.
Yeah.
So, I am looking forward to it and not looking forward to that. I mean, sometimes life can feel a little too slow, so, I mean, that'll be fun, but at the same time, I'm like, what? How far away am I from this midlife crisis thing where I could go? I don't remember what I was thinking about, but
yeah, and I've had the opposite conversations. Actually, like, I've with losing my sister at such a young age, I don't assume that I'm going to be any age. Like, man, I hope I make it to 40 so that I get to have that cool surfing on my birthday in January, birthday celebration, so not that I'm living my life like, that I'm dying tomorrow. It's just, I don't assume. I do the opposite. Like, I could have already had my midlife.
You could have. This is true. I was just going with if all went perfect. Yeah. If everything went perfect, I think that I could make it to 90 pretty easy. But
you got the genes.
Well, they seem to be there. They seem to exist. We'll see. A lot of my relations have made it to 90, so
cool. The one's a really pretty blue.
It's amazing.
So amazing.
Sorry, it's an amazing blue.
I kept on saying it last night after he pointed out that I'd already said it. I just kept on saying it.
That actually reminds me, I was at work, and a coworker, Sharon, has that Target sweater, the pink sweater with sheep on it, and it's got one, like, gray sheep. And the other day she wore it, and I was like, I have that exact sweater. And she says, I know, you said that the last time I wore it. I'm like, I'm just so happy to see it. The first thing that bursts out of my mouth is, I have that sweater too. And she's like, I know, you told me the last time. I'm like, oh gosh, I got to remember that for next time.
Well, I think it's because we just get so excited about knitting and knitwear and whatever that we just forget. Because we're just so happy and enthused by it.
And if I'm not mistaken, I heard that her mom was a knitter/quilter. So I don't know if the sheep fondness came from her mom. She, on the other hand, is a cake decorator. She could totally be on those shows, the competition shows. She made the most amazing cake for her fiance. I was blown away. I'm like, how did you do that?
Yeah.
It was one of those 3D ones where the thing on top of the very top was bigger than the thing on the very bottom, right? Like, what? Defies gravity.
How is that possible?
She just knows how to get it done.
Cool.
Cereal treats and hardware, I guess. You get a base in there,
and a little sprinkle of magic.
Yes. The Sharon magic.
Happy holidays to everyone.
Yes.
Whether you celebrate Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever holiday. Enjoy your loved ones. Knit on happily. What else? What other platitudes can we throw out there? Sing songs and be happy. Carols always make me very happy. My daughter is constantly constantly like, Mom, you don't know this song, and then I'll sing a lyric with it, and she's like, how do you know all of the songs? It's like, when you live as long as me, daughter, you've heard these songs quite a few times.
Wow.
You don't have all the lyrics memorized?
Oh, probably. Oh, just I don't know. I just haven't gotten to the point where my daughter is amazed, or my son's amazed by my.
I am pretty amazing.
Back catalog knowledge of pop culture or not pop
she
culture.
She's a little, she's a little mature for her age.
Okay.
You know, I think it's just because she thinks she knows everything, and so it like it's like what it befuddles her that like that I know something and she doesn't.
She made it to the I know everything stage early. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
got it.
She totally knows everything.
Okay.
She is amazing, but all right, we're just filling.
Yeah, we are. Bye.
Bye, Ufta.